While I was in London, we visited the Markfield Beam Engine, so I'm going to do a video about it. The History Corner. Hello there, Babs and Babettes, and welcome back to the S.B.E channel. And today we're going to be talking about the Markfield Beam Engine. I visited there when I was in London, and the renovation work that the volunteers have done is absolutely incredible. I think it's worth a video. So let's dive in. Markfield is located in South Tottenham in London, and the Markfield Beam Engine is located in Markfield Park, next to the River Lee. The beam engine was built in 1886 and commissioned in 1888. The engine was built to deal with the sewage produced from Tottenham towards the Beckton Works. She could pump around 2 million imperial gallons of water per day, and she is decorated with Doric pillars and leaves. Her paint scheme has also been restored. The Markfield Beam Engine would be in permanent use up until 1905, after which she would just be occasionally used for stormwater pumping. However, the beam engine would not officially close operations until 1964. When the doors closed in 1964, the engine was left abandoned and the building was bricked up. However, all was not lost for the engine, as a restoration project was begun by volunteers and steam enthusiasts and historians alike, and by April 2010, the Park Museum and Beam Engine reopened for public access. Over £3 million was spent restoring this gorgeous piece of Victorian engineering, and there were several donators to the project, such as the Heritage Lottery Fund and the Big Lottery Fund, and even the Football Foundation. When I was there, unfortunately she wasn't running, but I was talking to one of the volunteers there who explained that the fact that the building was bricked up and the engine pretty much just forgotten about, she was never scrapped. One of the things that they had to do was to replace the sealant on one of the cylinders. And once they repaired that and a few small other things, engine ready to go. That's what I love about steam. They just don't stop. He also explained to me that one of the little quirks in regards to this engine is the fact that the sealant that they replaced didn't actually fully seal it up. So when she runs, as you can see in the footage here, steam actually escapes from the top of the cylinder, which is just amazing because you can actually see the steam as it's going, which few beam engines do. But with this one, you can actually see the steam escaping from the cylinder, which just adds to the loveliness of this engine. I love steam. If you are ever in London or in the vicinity of South Tottenham, I highly recommend going to see this engine. It is free to enter. However, do check their website, which I will put a link in the description below, so you can check when the engine is actually going to be running, because she does only run on certain days of the year. However, when I went, she wasn't running, but I still had quite a bit of time in there and talking to one of the volunteers who was very kind and explaining some of the history and the restoration that they had to do on the engine. It's a fantastic engine, beautiful place. It's got a little cafe, big park where you can take, your family, dogs, kids, and you can all have a lovely day out. Highly recommend it. The engine itself is ran purely by volunteers, and inside of the museum you do even have a little shop where you can purchase trinkets and things, but also books. I actually purchased one of their books on offer. It's only a little book, it's not very big, but it's Britain's Heritage Stationary Steam Engines. And it's a very good little book actually. I've been reading through a couple of pages recently, and it has a lot of information about the development of stationary steam engines and things such as that. So the little shop is worth a look, and as it is run by volunteers, donations are always welcome. So to end off this video, big shout out to all the volunteers at the Markfield Beam Engine, as without them, there would be no engine to go and see. But I hope you enjoyed this video, Babs and Babettes. I know that it's not as long as my usual history videos, but there are plenty more in the works, so stay tuned. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, keep calm, carry on, stay positive, and I shall see you next time. Tatty tatty bye, toodaloo, God save the Queen!